You guys wanted a studying tips video, so you're gonna get one. Now, to start this video, I want to pose a question. Why are Asians so much better at studying? Is it because they are genetically gifted? I don't think so. I think the answer becomes apparent when you see how their parents treat them and how rigorous their study routine is after school. Now, this is a generalization. Obviously, there's variances in Asians in America, but if you look at Asian parents in general in America, they work their children. It's expected their children put in tons and tons of work after they get home from school. And because of that system, that regimen, obviously they do better in math and so forth. Whereas other kids, they get to play, relax, they have their own freedom. There is a instilled discipline to doing and studying for homework and tests. Now, obviously, that system doesn't always work. It sometimes breaks down, especially if the child is just not passionate about it at all. But even sometimes when the child is not passionate about it, they get pretty darn far. And so we're not going to talk philosophy here about passion versus interest versus income. We're just going to give you study tips because that's what you wanted. So that's the first tip out of the 5 here. Stay tuned for the last tip because I got it from a straight A student for this video. First is really have that system down. You don't have to rely on your parents to do it. Instill it yourself. You have to make this work. You have to set up a plan. You have to say, I'm going to study for this amount of time, then I'm going to do this homework for now, and I'm going to do that. And you have to put that in. Imagine if you had some sergeant general or some type of army person forcing you to do that. Number 2, study in bits rather than cram it all the night before. Countless studies have shown around memory recognition that it's just much better to do it and repeat it. It's much better to even do like small amounts, like 5-10 minutes every other day versus hours the night before the test. And I go into more detail about stuff like this in my course, my paid course on speed learning, which you can get. Third one is really understand and map out what you're absorbing and collecting in class. How many people goof off in class? How many people don't pay attention, talk to others? Well, guess what? I made sure I was very intentional about that. I'm taking notes. The teacher's telling you on the board right now what's going to be on the test. I'm taking notes. I didn't take my eyes or ears off the teacher for most of the class, and I knew how impactful that was. Tip number 4, it's okay to have a break sometimes and relax and enjoy your life. Carve yourself some time for that. And just like working out, this is a skill. This is a muscle. So you don't go to the gym the first day and do 5 sets of 15 different exercises. That's too much. You start off with maybe 3 different movements, maybe only 2 or 3 sets, and you're done for the day. And you build as you get used to that. Otherwise, you burn yourself out and you never return to the gym. In the same way, if you're starting out, maybe just doing 5-10 minutes more studying a day and slowly ramping up from there is better than plunging in. I didn't start off with 2-3 hours, 4 hours of studying initially. I had to build up to that, and you have to build up. And then tip 5, this comes from the straight A student. The Pomodoro technique does wonders. I've done videos on what the Pomodoro technique is in detail, but essentially it's 1 hour focused deep work, then 15 minutes of break. And that cycle of deep work and rest allows you to replenish, refocus, and really focus when you need. So those are the tips. You wanted them here.